Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. Right here with Spears.
How y'all feel out there?
And Steinberg. What time is it? Game time.
Hello there, boys and girls. I realize that while Andy and I try to do a fantastic job of infusing comedy and serious talk on this podcast, equally, there are times when we're more funny heavy, and then there are times when we are more intellectually heavy. And I thought yesterday's episode was very intellectually heavy as we discussed a very tough topic, but much needed conversational topic of the LGBTQ community and transgender community. So I would like to take this time as an homage to yesterday's episode to have my very personal friend do a one-time only intro for the Yo Steves. Brittany, can you please do this? Oh, Steve.
and there went all of her credibility.
All right, coming out of that after Andy says, and there went all our credibility, Steve. Coming out of Andy, coming back from Andy in 3, 2, 1. That might have been subtle enough for people to get, but maybe not.
No, I think they got it.
You think they got it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This first one comes from A Wild Smile. It says, ding for Aries. Hello, this is Nirvana, and Spears is correct. You should listen to get the full blast of the podcast from the start. I know Andy's loving this.
I already read this one.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, she sent it to me too.
Oh, okay. No, I did not want to start from the one, but I did. I understand where Spears thought Steinberg was being funny, that he finally understood what Spears has been saying since day one. Steinberg had an aha moment, and he got it.
Did I?
Did you?
What aha moment?
I'm not sure. Trust me, it's hard not to skip around, but if you try to cheat, you will end up like me. I cheated, and I skipped ahead, and guess what? I did not get the joke. Yeah, you caught a STD not getting the joke. That didn't work, but fuck it. So yes, I had to go back and go in order to fully get the joke. Thanks for maybe reading this email since you never read my first one. I don't remember getting one from you. And Spears, I spell checked and understand the assignment always. Well then, baby, look at that. Now you were read first.
Well, she said she did have another email, but I thought we read it.
I don't remember that name.
I'll look for it, and if I have it, we'll get it on a different email.
Okay.
Maybe she was skipping around at the time and she missed it.
That's what happens when you cheat.
No, man.
Oh, okay. Antonio Parker, podcast. What's going on, guys? My second time writing in as I listen while driving. I try to keep my thoughts fresh, so I start sending the email. But $10 a lot of money is better with the Chinese voice, LOL. I hate when I quote you, Aries, because you just get irate. But how is Boomerang not a top Eddie movies? Is it? How is Boomerang not a top Eddie movies? Is it? Because, see, this is where a period comes in.
Chinese voice.
See, this is where a period come in because you say, how Boomerang not a top Eddie movies? Is it because? You know what I mean? That's why you need a period, brother. You just made me crash into somebody without the period. Is it because less comedy in it? I think Trading Places is up there when he played the homeless guy, classic. I would like Andy to expound what different presidents were a piece of shit. One podcast. $10, a lot of money. When you guys talk gear actors, it's great, brother. You spell Gear, gear actors. I could be mistaken, but Samuel L. Jackson is in the conversation. It's great, motherfucker, great. It's my Sam Jackson. When he played Gator and the Django classics. First question, but Boomerang is not. I don't think Boomerang is in the top Eddie Murphy movies. I thought it was a great movie. I love the ensemble cast of Martin Eddie, David Allen Greer, who I thought was very underrated in that movie. He was extremely funny. Of course, the late, great John Witherspoon, Chris Rock, for as short as his part was. It was a great movie, man. But when you're talking about Eddie Murphy classics, come on, man. Boomerang, Beverly Hills Cop 1, Beverly Hills Cop 2, Trading Places. I didn't say Boomerang, did I?
You said first. You meant Boomerang against.
Against, I meant 48 Hours, Trading Places, Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2. Those are, come on, man. Classics, nigga.
Dude, Trading Places, though, is it as good without Jamie Lee Curtis's boobs?
No.
That scene, as a young man, that was one of the greatest scenes.
Enjoy your whirlpool bath, sir. In the jacuzzi. Jacuzzi, I knew y'all was a couple of faggots. Y'all ain't jacuzzi and nobody. Oh, shit, Bubbles. When you think of love.
I thought Boomerang was good, though, but I don't know. But it wasn't that Eddie Murphy. It wasn't that.
Nah, it was a grown folk movie.
Yeah.
It was a little on the sexy side.
There you go, grown folk movie.
Yeah, about love, and it wasn't a straight up. It wasn't a fast food comedy movie. This was a sit down and take off your blazer and sit down and wine and dine type movie. When you guys talk great actors, I could be mistaken, but Samuel Jackson is in the conversation. He is. But in my top 10, nah. But he is there. He's on the cusp. He's like 11. If it was a playoff bracket, he'd get the 9th spot. But he wouldn't make the playoffs. But he'd be right there.
The part that he played in
was
Django
wonderful.
It was a great part, but it wasn't the lead. It wasn't the lead part. It wasn't.
But you remembered him,
yeah. You remembered him,
right?
But you remembered him, yeah.
Dude, I recently saw that movie because they've been playing it on HBO, on cable a lot. That fucking part where the guy who's partnered with Jamie, who's trying to buy back Kerry Washington, and he uses the word panache.
Yeah.
And Sam Jackson later in that scene goes, yeah, and that has panache. The way he fucking fucked up the word panache, pan-ass. He called it pan-ass. And that has pan-ass. Fucking great.
And I like Samuel L. Jackson, so that's not
yeah, Samuel is the most likable, most working, never straight to DVD nigga in the game. Like Patrice said, Sam Jackson is the only actor immune to the ending your career movies. And they could never make a movie that stops his career.
It's probably true.
It's an interesting creature.
Well, yeah, if Snakes on a Plane doesn't end your career.
Or Black Snake Moan.
That was, a lot of people really liked that movie.
It was weird.
It was weird, but it was an interesting movie.
Do you want to answer his question about the presidents?
Why would you want an episode of me telling you about the president?
We could skip that if you want.
No, but
plus I didn't understand what he meant when he said, Andy, to expound what different presidents were a piece of shit. One podcast. What did he mean to say on podcast?
Like a whole podcast, I think he means, of talking about the presidents. Listen, when you go...
Antonio, it's not too late, man. There are schools that take adults, nigga, night classes. It's not too late, bro. Go and get in class, man.
Most presidents... God, I don't want to say it this way. There's moments that presidents rise to an occasion. And that's what they're known for. You really have to get and study and take part the history of certain, especially of the time that they became presidents, and see what they did. I think it would be a really boring episode. It could be fun, but
I was one of those presidents. There came an occasion, and I rose to it. A lot of black communities say that I didn't do anything for them. But I know as a president, I served the people. I served America. It didn't matter if you're a Democrat or Republican, black or white. I did the job as president. And that's what's important. And every night before I kiss my daughters goodbye, Sasha Malek, and I lay down with Michelle, and it's time for us to do the Black Luster Love Fest, we rise to the occasion. And even though I said when they go low, we go high. When my thing gets high, Michelle wants me to go low. The dark one. From A to Z or nah. Peace, Kings. Been a minute, but to weigh in on whether or not you start this podcast from episode 1 to recent or otherwise, I think it's simply a matter of preference. Just like PC or Mac, PlayStation or Xbox, cash or card, paper or plastic, Uber or nigga, we got it 3 references ago. Uber or Lyft, seedless or seeds, black or with cream, etc. There's no way to go about it. Personally, I could listen from start to finish. Don't think I'd make it. Not to say this isn't a great podcast, which it is. For me, the podcast is part of a huge list of podcasts I listen to when I'm on the road, and I barely have time to listen to them all within a day. All the power to whoever can. Plus, my brain's set up in a way in which I can no longer engage in content from the same author back to back. I used to be able to listen to albums from start to finish. Now I have to listen to playlists or various artists on shuffle to stay interested. Does this nigga have ADD?
No, this is just the way people do things today.
All right. I can barely listen to a playlist of my own songs I write and produce unless maybe I'm preparing to do a set. And if I do, I have to put it on shuffle to keep my brain stimulated, guessing what's next. Speaking of which, I've been back in the studio, so please keep a lookout for my emails from Song Trader Support, containing music from me to feature on your show. Okay. Well, there it is. I hope your sex game ain't like your choices to listen game, because you in and out the pussy in seconds.
Or she's just getting a lot of different pussy.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Look at that. Andy looked out for you, man. So girl Cece, finally it's happened to me and I just can't hide it. Finally, you got the love the way I feel about hands I'm in the glove. Start from the beginning or not. Hey, A&A. So I don't know. And she's pretty, man. I can't wait till we see her in person so I can lick her face. So I don't know if you are still counting votes towards a debate you both are having to start listening to the podcast from the beginning or do what you want. I will say that I didn't know about y'all's podcast until episode 32. If I had any idea this was going to start this much of a thing, I wouldn't have done this. But fuck it, it's too late. It was easier to play catch up compared to someone who may be new to the podcast today. However, I have gone back and listened to every episode now 3 times over. I was like this bitch. That should be worth more than 1 vote. Wink, wink at Aries. When I say this is my top 3 of best podcasts in the world, I mean it. I do agree with you, Aries. You will not get a lot of the playback, inside jokes, references, etc. unless you start from the beginning. You won't understand the evolution of the podcast, and you two now professional podcasters unless you start from humble beginnings. I will also note the YouTube channel is also evolving. I really like the thumbnails you have been using lately for the videos. Also, I'm so happy to see your video with Dr. Louis Farrakhan's clone has done over 173,000 and counting. Actually, it was at 1.7 million before somebody stopped it. I really suggest doing more interviews, which will help grow your YouTube channel and get more eyes to maybe one day getting a Spotify deal or one from a giant podcast network. Lastly, to GTA Andreas, did you see the Netflix series called Bad Sport? The first episode talked about a college basketball player named Headache Smith from ASU. Long story short, he was shaving points, betting on games, and got caught by the FBI in the early 1990s. I know you said you went to ASU, but wasn't sure if you were there when that all went down. I would love to hear your take on that, and you both talk about college sports. Thank you, as always, for reading my emails and singing my song. Take care, guys. Who you think and it was placing the bet. Who they was placing the bets with?
No.
Andreas. Nigga.
I actually went to the U of A, but yes, I do know all about headache. Yeah, he got caught. I don't really. It was such a long time ago. I don't really remember all of it, but it is a very interesting story. And like he had he was a great basketball player though. So
was he?
Yeah, he was good. It was good. I don't know if he would have went NBA, but that definitely didn't let him go.
Yeah, I don't really follow college just because I only invest in the big fish.
Do you know they have to? Most of them go through college to become NBA
the big
players.
fish.
Yeah.
I mean, now though, motherfuckers is coming from nursery school. But yeah, I mean, college. I've tried. I like to know who I'm watching, and I like to get the pussy when it's ready. I don't want you during the developmental stages. I want you the box to be hot and ready.
One and done hurt college basketball as far as getting to be familiar with your team in college basketball. But and they're figuring out people need to. It shouldn't be that hard to be able to go to school when you're generating that kind of income for a school. So that's a whole different story. But headaches problem was part of that. I mean, how do you have guys that are playing a sport in college that are making millions and millions of dollars for your school, and these guys are struggling? I mean, they should be taken care of in a way that what happened to him could never happen again. So it goes on. I don't care what people say. It goes on in basketball. It's easiest in basketball probably than any other sport because one person can really affect the game. But we could maybe talk more about that later.
And big shout out to our guy, Anthony, out of London, who was responsible for the thumbnails and all the YouTube and visual shit. And I always call him, he's from London. He's got a little bit of an accent. I call him my Jarvis. He's make sure our shit is on point.
He's great.
Yeah. Do you guys need anything else, sir? No, Jarvis, that's it for the night. All right, retire.
I think he works about as much as Jarvis does.
Yeah, and he's so goddamn efficient and reliable. And I always forget this fucking word. Whatever. But he's good. He's good. Competent. He's very competent. That's the word.
We needed Dave. Dave would have given you a word.
Man, no, he would have given me. I think the word you're looking for, sir, is competent. David Higgins. Mad TV question. Do you think Mad TV would have been bigger if it were on Comedy Central and late night reruns on Fox at 11 p.m.? It incidentally was on Comedy Central for I think a 2-year run when it finally went into syndication. It was on VH1 for a little while first, and then it eventually made its way to Comedy Central. I only asked because of the success of the Chappelle Show and Key and Peele, who came from Mad TV, because Adult Swim alone was major for the Boondocks and other comedy show. Just a quick question. Yeah, I just answered it. And it certainly helped. And now if you're really a Mad TV enthusiast and you can't get enough, it's actually available on HBO Max. But the odd thing is, other than maybe I think like seasons 1, 2, and 3, all the rest of the seasons that go all the way up to 14, all the episodes aren't there. So I don't know why that is. But if you want to see it, it's on HBO Max.
The problem, I think, would have changed its longevity is that they never went to DVD in the beginning when everyone else went straight to DVD.
Yeah, man. But the odd thing with that is when it did go to DVD, it only did seasons 1 and 2 for like years. And recently now, you can get them all. I'm telling you, man.
But no one even buys DVDs anymore.
Right. I've had the weirdest fucking, I don't want to get into a tirade about that, but I've always been Cinderella. I'm the cute chick in the basement that can't never get to the ball. Maybe I just need a fairy godmother.
Maybe that's what you're missing.
That's what I'm missing. And I'm alienating them by making jokes.
Yeah, see?
Frank Williams.
if you're doing a spot on impression, how is that a joke?
What do you mean, like the Godmother?
Yeah, that's pretty close to how is it?
Because we're not allowed to do that, nigga. We can't joke, nigga. Come on, man. Can't make fun of the fairy godmother.
It's a good impression.
Frank Williams. What's the word? A boogie and Andreas. I like that, nigga. Matter of fact, that's what would be my name in the GTA game. And that's the scene. Andy's sitting behind a desk with a shitload of coke and a naked bitch massaging him. And I show up on a motorcycle, which is his, and I borrowed it, but I ain't put no gas in the motherfucker. So he mad at me. Hey, Boogie, what the fuck up? You return my Harley without gas, nigga? In the game, he says nigga. And I go, man, calm the fuck down, Jew boy. Yeah.
You have to take out so many people before I can use the word. Like I have to kill so many people. I can't use the word.
You can't use the word until you kill so many people.
Yeah, or steal whatever it is in the game. I never played GTA, but I know that you have to kill people or
you got to kill a certain amount of niggas for you to say nigga.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Frankie G with another one. I just finished the Dave Chappelle special, and I must say I love how artistic he got on the mic and really broke down the problems that are going on in the world and made it comical but on point. So my question to you guys are how did you like it? We liked it good R. What was the focal point of his special? And this is not a diss. I've seen your work, but have you or would you go as deep as Dave did? Dave did with the trans jokes. I heard your latest one you was working on, but would you ever go a whole show? Oh, God damn. On them or the community, and I'm pretty sure you have the material, but I'm not sure if that's your lane, or do you feel like that might set you back? Too late for that, brother. Now, I know it's just jokes, but I guess my question really is, do you hold back in your comedy on stage because you are conscious of what's going on in today's world? And I'm not saying you are scared to tell them, but hold back due to the climate. Nigga, do you watch me? Do you know who I am? I don't hold back nothing. That's all I got today. Till next, oh yeah, that new intro to the show is fire, for real, for real. I don't know who put that song together, but get that nigga a raise. I see yay he made the cut. But to me, that's not the climax. For me, it's that nigga raped me, daddy. Fucking genius. I randomly say it out loud and people turn to ask me, do I need help? Much love. Sorry for the long email. P.S. I'm still blocked at Frank W18. Put me back in the team, coach. Oh, that's funny. A nigga walks around. That nigga raped me, daddy. God, imagine that on a t-shirt.
Not your number one seller.
Especially if a white person wore that. A white woman. Oh, forget it. Come on, man. I'm trying to learn the lessons of holding back. But at the same time, I believe if it's truly funny, that's my job, man. I'm not faithful to my comedic oath if I don't do what it deep in my heart and my gut is telling me is funny.
Dude, I got to watch you just on what he said when you started that Martin Luther King joke.
Right.
That wasn't easy for you just to go out there and throw it out, and that took work. And there was a few times when you were like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But you determined that it was worth doing, and you kept doing it. So I haven't seen you hold back in that way.
Yeah, I just, I'm not a hold back kind of guy.
But I don't ever see you doing an hour set on a topic or, two topics. I don't
listen. If I had the ability to do it, I would probably do it, but I don't have the ability to do it, or so I don't know yet. Because best comedy is still inside.
Do you have the patience to do it?
Oh, I would definitely have to pay. Anything that makes me look like a genius, I am for. Anything that makes me great, Sultan-like, I'm with it.
So why don't you come out like in a Sultan's outfit then?
looking like a real king.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about that. I would actually like to do the thing where I sit on a throne, and you know how the muscle dudes carry your chair and bring you, but I would want it to be 4 big fat bitches from Mississippi that are strong enough to bring me in on them disheveled, meaty knees.
Dude, I see what you're doing. I finally understood what you're doing. If you keep fucking just riding on Mississippi the way that you have, you don't ever have to worry about turning down a gig there.
Because they won't want me.
There's no need to go, I don't think I want to do Mississippi because Mississippi already decided.
Right.
It doesn't want you there.
Yeah. Yeah. All of us got together and we all took turns reading from the same, what they call that shit when motherfuckers do. Oh, we petition. No, they wouldn't know the word petition. Okay. Sean, man food. What up, A&A? What up, A&A? People have written in and gave you guys some whack movies to watch. If you guys were a fan of John Wick style action but want to add martial arts, then this movie for you. Then this is the movie for you. Check out The Raid. Action-packed from top to bottom. The sequel was just as good as the first, if not better, is The Raid Redemption. The first is on Amazon for like $3. P.S. I've written in a few times. You guys should show more regular writers more love on the podcast. Seems like you have to have a nickname to be a regular. LOL. Some of them regulars be writing in some bullshit like Kulch. Come on, man. Don't drown this nigga, man.
You just heard he just went back underwater. He's underwater.
Show us some love. All right, I'm out. Yeah, you ever heard in these movies? Raid?
No.
The Raid Redemption? None of that?
No, but we should check.
Who's in it? Who's the star?
No, he got me with $3.
Oh, he got... What is this, Velvet? That's funny. See the Jew thing he did there? Yeah, I want to know who's in the motherfucker. Because, you know, if it ain't nobody I know, I might be slow to the party. Even though that could still be a good movie.
Did you see Kung Fu Hustle?
Kung Fu Hustle?
I'm just checking to see. I'm just throwing a movie out there that I didn't think you would see and you didn't.
Is it good?
It's interesting.
Is it like, what's your weird movie?
No.
Buckaroo Banzai?
No.
Nigga, I was thinking about movies from back in the day. And I remember I posted the clip of Jean-Claude Van Damme in the bar scene where he's fighting in the movie Kickboxer. And it made me think of this martial arts movie. Nigga, do you remember Jim Cotta?
God, that sounds familiar.
It was about a dude who combined martial arts with gymnastics. It was called Jim Cotta.
No.
Oh, an 80s horrible classic.
Dude, that's what I'm telling you. We should do bad movies.
I think we should. I think
bad movies worth watching.
Absolutely. Movies so bad they're good.
Where do you put Electric Boogaloo in that?
Well, wait a minute now. Given the time, given the climate, it was a fucking classic, nigga. That's a classic. Don't do that. Now, Breaking 2, is that Electric Boogaloo?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, Breaking. I think one of them's called. I think Breaking. Okay, you might be. Breaking 1 was called Breaking. Breaking 2 was called Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. Okay, I think
also you might be right. I'm thinking you mean Breaking 1. Yeah, but I might have to watch Breaking 2 again because Breaking 1 is a classic. The real question then becomes: were you a Breaking man or a Beach Street man?
Which did you like better?
Beach Street was the harder movie.
Yeah.
When Ramon was killed, oh, this motherfucker tried to diss Breaking.
The acting,
Ozone and Turbo, nigga.
The acting though, and the set design were like, it didn't. I mean, when you look at it now, you don't feel any authenticity to it behind it, right? You know, it's so funny. But those movies were made for nothing.
That light skinned nigga, Ozone was the light skinned nigga that wore the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like a nigga wore suits. E.C. Ali. To listen or not to listen. Listening to the Agitator ep. where you and Andy is going back and forth about rather listeners should start from the beginning or not. I say yes, we should for the same reasons. You hear track number 7 off a Jay-Z album and then run and listening to the whole damn record. But you still appreciated track 7 without hearing track 6 because it's your boy Young. It's your boy. LOL. We all still appreciate hearing new episodes from you because it's Aries, B. LOL. The kicker is it's Aries to everyone except for Aries. I wish you could get so high one day that you forget that you are yourself. Yeah, I've done that, dog. I've done that. And then stumble across y'all content. Only then would you understand where we as fans are coming from. Closest thing you have to the sheer joy and jubilation you give people is when you're watching Patrice O'Neal. Well, motherfucker, you're our Patrice O'Neal, the underground king, and Chappelle is our Richard or Eddie the King. P.S. Ask Uncle San Andreas Steinberg how in the hell he ever remembered anything during his time in the streets. Don't seem like the place you would want to start forgetting shit, LOL. Also, Spearsburg is like drugs, B. You can't give them a sample by offering old classic episodes and then get mad when the fiends get a whiff of that new crack and start itching for a taste of that 2021. Spearsburg, hyena. Shit, we need a hit, baby. Y'all like Escobar and Coca-Cola and the chef and Andy riding around in an old deuce and a quarter singing Curtis Mayfield's I'm Your Pusher Man. I could see that though. I'm telling you, y'all don't understand. My dream is to blow up so big that I get Annie a diamond platinum chain with either Star of David and ice or a yarmulke medallion all iced out. And I want this nigga to wear a pink silk shirt with 70s butterfly collars and a white crisp suit and drive around in a badass Cadillac with leopard fur seats and a bevy of bitches. Playing some nice Curtis Mayfield, and I'm gonna personally find an 8-track player and put in that motherfucker.
Dude, the only thing about it that's funny is the description is correct. I mean, I would do that. No one would believe. If I say this, no one's going to believe it. I've told you what I would do if I had a bunch of cash. Right there. Well, and what I would do right there?
Now I'm catching it. And Andy, what did you say? Oh, right. Fucking Diamond Grill.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it, man.
But dude, at least a canine. Just at least
What's a canine?
That pointy one right there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'd just drop one.
That's hilarious.
Just at least one.
That's fucking hilarious.
I wasn't so forgetful back then, man.
Right.
I don't know. Honestly, man, I don't know if it's just life, just old age, maybe too much partying back in the day, but whatever it is, it caught up to me.
And I could see Andy in the car with the outfit and the grill. And as he's driving down the block in slow motion, all you hear is Drake's started from the bottom, now we're here.
Dude, I got the details down though.
Dude, you do?
Yeah, because I would want the old school steering with the big one,
right.
But I'd put that knob on it. Remember the old knob?
Oh, that knob, right. What was that for?
So you could turn. Cool, man.
Oh, I never knew that. I should see the face Andy just made. Oh my God, I'm telling you. Oh God, it's all right.
Yeah.
Deidre Ann Johnson. Real short and sweet. Started from the bottom. Hey guys, got to start from the beginning. That could also be my OCD talking. Deidre Ann Johnson. Miss Johnson, if you're nasty. Okay. Roman Woods. Bar fight. What up, A&A? My boy Tron Writer is a big MJ fan, so I've been sending him the Last Dance episodes of the pod. God, but let me stop real quick. I really wish I had fucking been smart enough to go out and buy the Zoom equipment when Andy was telling me to, because I would have loved to have done, because that was that period during COVID where we didn't work. So all the Last Dance podcast is me on the phone where the fucking shit sounds crappy. I would have loved to have recorded those podcast episodes in nice, crisp, clear clarity. All right. He loved them and has a personality similar to Aries. He said Aries would be the dude who would be clowning on everyone at the bar, then clown so hard the other dude would want to fight. That got me thinking, have you ever got into a bar fight? If so, can you share the details? Keep up the good work, and I'll keep sharing the pod. Remington P. Scarborough. I did actually get in one small bar situation. I remember it was kind of middle of when I started doing the road. I was at a small, I forget the name of the club, but I was in a small place in Texas. And I remember I had, the strange thing is when I walked in, it was weird because they actually had comedy, but they had a little bit of music. And they had a couple of dudes off to the side playing violin. And they even had a girl on the bar dancing in what seemed like chapless ass pants and a fucking silver star covering her nipples, silver stars. But anyway, I did.
Was Coyote Ugly? Was that the bar?
No. I can't remember the name of the bar,
okay.
but anyway, I did the set, predominantly all white motherfuckers, rednecks. It got uncomfortable. I got off the stage, and I remember as I was walking to the bartender who was going to pay me, this one guy goes, "What the hell kind of comic are you?" I said, "I'm a cop with a badge to tell whatever the jokes I want to tell. I'm your worst fucking nightmare. I'm a nigga with a mic, and I say whatever the fuck I feel like." And then this other white dude was like, trying to show off with his money and tried to fucking prove he was big time. And I said, "What the fuck is this?" He said, "Tax refund." I said, "You're too fucking stupid to have a job." And then that's when I went up to the bartender and I said, "Hey, look, man, you gonna pay me my money or we gonna see what we could fuck with next." And I started breaking all the glasses and shit. And then he said, all right. Here's your money. I gave him my money and I took his cowboy hat off and put it on my head. And I turned to the crowd and I said, "There's a new comic in town and his name is Harry Spears. Y'all be cool. Right on." And I walked out.
It's amazing. Is that they made a movie like that. Actually.
You did a good job, Reggie. Hey, Jack, remember said, if I did a good job, man, you let me have that piece. Sure. Takes the clip out, throws it. There you go. Fucking faggot. Look, Jack, if we go in there and get a GANs or a number or anything that helps us out, turn your back for a half hour, let me go get some pussy. What for? Man, like you can't get it up no how. Look, Jack, I've been in prison for 3 years, all right? My dick gets hard if the wind blows. You said bullshit and experience is all it takes, right? Yeah. Come experience some of my bullshit.
Dude, I still love that your Nick Nolte is only like 12 words that
Right.
you need to have, but they're all perfect words. But Eddie is right on point. You could do the whole movie. You could do the whole movie.
Let me make one thing clear to you, nigger. I fight dirty. Jack, till your boys showed up, I was about to get in your ass again. All right, you tell me right now everything I want to know. We're going again. I'll be real good from now on, Mr. Cakes. All right.
Does that movie hold up?
Absolutely.
It does.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't say some of the same things that they say in the movie now, but it holds up.
And I'm going to tell you something. Because of how good the first one was, another 48 hours is kind of a letdown, but it's still a good movie. It's you know what it is? 48 hours was hot, fresh out the oven, gooey, cheesy slice. Another 40 hours is cold pizza, but it's pizza. That's a classic, goddammit. Jack, tell me a story. Fuck you. Oh, that's one of my favorites. All right.
Do you think that was written or was that Eddie?
I think that was Eddie. Joseph Javinsky. Start from the fucking beginning in bold print. Yo, Aries, first time emailer. Oh, shit. Every time I turn to belch and look out this window, ain't nothing but cemetery headstones. First time emailer. I'm glad I listened to you and listened to the podcast from the beginning. If I didn't listen to you, I would have been so lost with the jokes. I'm a truck driver, and it took a couple of months to get to the current episodes. I'm loving this podcast. Keep up the great work. Joe Javinsky. Thank you, Joe. That's all I'm saying, baby. You know, I know it's tough. I know it's a lot of work, and I think most people are just lazy. They don't want to put in the work. But if you put in the work, it's worth the journey.
Dude, we have multiple truck drivers that listen to them.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Shout out to the truck drivers pulling that string.
I loved it. When I was a little kid, I used to love it.
Really doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Used to love to get the horn back.
Raja B. Episode order. Hey, peoples, I just want to say that y'all the best. I'll keep this short and to the point. You both are right. There is something to going from the beginning. I was lucky to only have 15 eps to catch up on when I found y'all, but nigga, y'all have like 1 billion episodes now. So I can't be mad at your new listeners that want to stay current. I think this is the best advertisement we have for trying to get people to listen to the beginning. Why you just don't believe in it. I think this is the best. Because now the people that are listening to this for the first time, when they hear all these emails and people are going, yo, you gotta, yo, this is going to make them go, yo, what am I missing?
I never said don't listen to the beginning. I'm saying I like the people that say I listen to the current episode, then I go back and listen to the old episodes. Then I'll catch the new episode and then go back and listen to some more of the old episodes. I never said don't listen to the beginning.
Here's my analogy I thought of a couple of days ago. Me and my baby mama, the Puerto Rican one, we love horror shit and we like to be scared. So we went to Universal's Hollywood Horror Nights, and they do the thing where you walk through the house, the scary house, and they have the real live people jump out and scare the shit out you. And when we did it, here's the mistake they made. They would let 1,000 people all go in at once. And depending on where you are in the line, now, if you're in the back, you can see ahead of you the motherfucker jump out the bush. So by the time you get to him and he jump out the bush, there's no thrill because you know what's coming. Then when I did it at Six Flags Magic Mountain, they didn't do that. They let people in groups, but waited. All right, you group, you go in. Wait about 5 minutes. So that every 5 minutes, a new group came in, everything was fresh to you. So if you don't listen from the beginning and you go the way in the current, then if you try to go back to the beginning, the thrill is not there.
See, I disagree.
The thrill is not there. How could the thrill be there if you
It's a different one because you go, oh my God, that's what that's been the whole time.
So that's the thrill.
Yeah.
Versus I'm hearing this for the first time. Holy shit, I didn't see it coming. Thrill.
Just a different way of doing it.
All right. So you like the thrill of I just saw what's ahead of me.
The thrill
so
of
it ain't gonna get me as hard.
I like the thrill of getting the current one and then going back. Because that's how I listen to old podcasts. That's how I listen to podcasts I listen to now.
All right. A new listener now would miss a lot of the good, fresh cut thickness, he puts in parentheses. Shit that you two provide. I got to give a ding to Andy on this one. Peace and love and all that. Raja Barkley, who I know is really black. All right, Raja, I hear you. Thank you for the free advertisement. And this is from Junebug Spade. Mama, I made it. What's good, fellas? I felt like I should read it in that voice. Mama, this is from Junebug Spade. Mama, I made it. This nigga writes, what's good, fellas? Congrats on the new platform for the podcast. The beat for the intro is dope and I, Junebug Spade, was name dropped in that intro. I lost my mind when I heard it. I started the episode on your review of the Sopranos movie, but stopped due to spoilers. I just finished watching the movie. Bruh, they dropped the ball big time. As soon as it ended, I had to write in. Hopefully you'll read it. No way, shape, or form did this have a Sopranos feel to it. They should have either left this alone or made it into a series. Movies don't have the time to go in depth with characters or the storyline. That's why the show worked. It was well developed, and they were able to take their time. They tried to cram way too much into a 2-hour movie. It just felt like a bunch of people doing impressions of characters we love so much. Some say you don't need to watch the show to see the movie. I disagree. There were lots of Easter eggs in that, and if you'll never watch the show, you'd be lost. It's sad because we haven't had a really good mob movie since The Departed. The Irishman sucked. Anyways, I'll be at your show on Saturday night, Levany in New York. I know you guys will kill it. Hope to meet you both after the show. P.S. I need a theme song wherever my name is mentioned. And by the way, I'm going to rape that man's daughter. All right. That was actually the father of the victim instead of the slave himself, Junebug Spade.
Who made it out to the show?
Who made it out to the show. I know when he was on his way, Rand Foots went, "Why are you leaving the woods?" I was going to watch a comedy show. All right, come on back when you're done. All right. Yeah, what he said. Well, here's another one on that. So we'll kill two birds with one stone. Damien, many saints of Newark. What's up, Aries? Love the podcast. Been a fan since Mad TV. I still laugh hysterically when I watch your Michael Jordan sketch. Well, it's a brand new team. It's a brand new system. It's got to be get my legs back under me. An absolute classic. Couldn't wait to hear the convo about the movie. And as usual, you and Andy knocked it out the park. I enjoyed the movie, but I get why a lot of people didn't. I got goosebumps as well when Dickie's in the coffin and we hear the Sopranos theme kick in. It was Jackie Aprile, the Tony shoved in the payphone scene. It wasn't Artie.
I thought it looked like the character played Artie. I might be wrong.
That's why I thought it was strange, because Artie was a weakling.
Yeah, but Artie's in. Then where is Artie in the scene? Because
I don't
that
think
doesn't
he
look
is.
like the Jackie Aprile. Because Jackie Aprile has more blondish color hair, light color hair.
But he was older then.
No, but in the character, Jackie's also in the table scene, and he has light colored hair. Go on.
I might have to rewatch this awful
I'm gonna watch it again to make sure that I have it right.
I got to tough my way through it. Artie may have been in an earlier scene. Tony Blundetto, played by Steve Buscemi, is in the series. Pops up in an early scene as well. Did he?
I didn't see that.
Michael Gandolfini is whiny because Tony at that point was a whiny teenager and not the Tony we came to know and love in the series. I wanted more and hope they do another movie. The movie is primarily about Dickie. Young Tony was added in order to really sell the movie and have a stronger connection to the Sopranos universe. Listen,
No. I don't think so. I thought that movie was to show what the roots were to Tony, because Tony they talk about in Sopranos, Tony's influences was Dickie.
Right.
And so they have to give you Dickie to give you Tony.
It's probably what you would tell your wife. I got to give you Dickie to give you Tony. I think you're right, dude. I think they need to either do a series or definitely, like I said, this can't be one and done. But I think a series might be better than another movie.
I'm not disagreeing with this idea of the series, but if they're just doing the movies, then they should have said, it's a trilogy. We're going to do 3 of these. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
And then that will get us to where we are. If I knew that going in, then I would have went, oh, this is genius. I probably would have liked this movie.
Right. I don't know that I would have liked it because I still, for a gangster movie, where was the gangster?
But maybe they could have put more of that into the movie and not worry. Like, again, the storyline, no, I'm not even going to go into this. There's a lot I think could be fixed in the storyline, but they need to give us more. So I hope there's another one coming. I hope it's already loaded up and ready to go. They mean big words for you.
Did I read this one? Carmen Soto, LGBT Talk. What's up, A&A? Lesbian here. Did I read this one? Listening to the recent email episode where you guys discussed some LGBTQ community topics.
No, you didn't.
Aries, you mentioned your confusion on why some lesbian, I didn't read this, on why some lesbian women wear men's clothes. Really, all humans are different, although many seem to be the same. Growing up, I was always with my dad and my uncles and boy cousins. We'd go fishing, hunting, watch sports. My mom would try to get me to wear dresses and other cute things little girls are thought to do. I wanted to wear a pair of jeans and a jersey and go outside and play or watch Power Rangers. That's been my mentality since I was younger. I wear jeans and graphic t-shirts now. Pretty much the same thing. Due to stress a few years ago, I had a Britney moment and chopped my long hair off. Been having short hair for 5 years. Not to look like a man, but because it feels better. Really, one less thing to worry about, LOL. I say all that to say everyone is different. I've met women who dress like men because they actually want to be one, or in current terms, that's what they want to identify as. Others probably just like the style. Just thought I'd give you guys a little input from one of your LGBT listeners. Hope it kind of gives you at least a small pinch of perspective. P.S. Aries, if you can, hold your thoughts while Andy has a point to make. As soon as you cut him off, you fuck his whole thinking process up. Well, stay blessed, you guys and the listeners. That's a pretty great observation. She might be right.
We need someone from the LGBT community to be on the podcast. We need to have this conversation with someone who can do. I'm not saying this person. I don't know this person. I wish there was and I'm not saying not this person either. I just wish there was someone that had heard this podcast or someone that knew someone that was really a spokesperson that we could have on, that we could have this conversation. I would feel that it would be more of a
beneficial.
Yeah, that we weren't coming across as one-sided, or that because when we speak in what we understand. I would like some of the other side intellectually to counteract some of what we say if we're off, because we don't have anybody to do that. So I really would like some. I would like more emails from this listener, and I would love to get someone on. I wish someone would reach out or would direct us to someone that they thought would be an ideal candidate to be on this podcast.
And big shout out and much love to our gay listeners. Steve, after that, play a little bit of It's a Raining Man for a couple of seconds. Coming out of that in 3, 2, 1. It's probably going to be the last one. Stello Eccles, Many Saints of Newark. Hey, Joanna J. Wanted to write in specifically for this episode. Aries, I'm probably one of the first people to send a clip of the movie to your DM, and specifically held back my opinion when you asked for it until I felt you watched. And then they puts in caps. I'm so glad you guys found this movie to be a shit show like I did. As a proud first episode watcher on the premiere night of the original Sopranos, I was expecting this movie to fill in a lot of the unanswered questions that I asked during the Sopranos series, and I got none of that. The only saving grace of all of this is that David Chase just signed a new HBO deal, so hopefully this is the setup for a new series or of spinoffs. Wanted you and Andy's opinion on this movie because I felt that maybe I was tripping for not liking it. Keep up the good work and stay entertaining the masses. Stello Eccles. Yeah, bro. We're all in the big disappointment car. So you've heard us talk about it already. We know what we hope for. So they got to rebound, baby.
I just don't think that was a standalone movie. So I do think that I hope, like you said, that the follow-up, there's more to this.
Yes.
Because it isn't a standalone. That isn't, when he said the movie was about Dickie, that isn't a standalone movie. When you watch that and it's just about Dickie, then it needed to be a standalone. That needed to be like, that's the movie, and we made this other gangster, and then we're going to connect him eventually, or you're going to connect him in your own mind between Dickie and Tony.
Right.
But it wasn't you couldn't watch that movie and go, oh, I spent 2 hours in a good movie.
Yeah, and I mean, even when you watched it on HBO Max, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, even the kind of advertisement, when you go to it, they've got the picture of Dickie and Tony side by side. So that right there tells you. And then you cannot make a movie prequel about The Sopranos and not have Tony.
Well, what would be great is if, like you just said, in this one, it's Dickie and Tony side by side. And then for the next one, there should be like a movie box that comes up and it's in between Dickie and Tony, because that's what's going to tie them in together. Because this did not do it.
Right. All right, kiddies.
Real quick, we're going to be October 15th through the 16th. Aries is in Tampa, which is in wherever you said that was, Tampa.
Ybor. I think it's because of the way it's spelled. It's spelled Ybor.
Okay, Ybor City. And then October 22nd, I am not with Aries in Tampa, but on October 22nd through the 24th, we meet back up at West Palm Improv. October 29th through the 30th, we're at Orlando Improv. And then very much looking forward to being in Ontario Improv in California,
This is
November
a good run, baby.
4th through the 7th. Yeah, and that's, I heard something. I don't know if it's true, but I heard there was talk that they were going to update that room in Ontario.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and I don't want them to.
Oh, no.
Because it's such a great room. And listen, guys, I'm telling you right now, if you're hearing this and you are in the California area and you just Aries, don't worry about me. You love Aries, go see this in that room. Because if they change that room, it's one of the last original, like round. It's like almost in the. It's a roundish shaped room.
The fucking energy is explosive.
As a comic, you can see everybody in the room. You can see every corner of the room. There's not a bad seat in the place.
Oh, no.
And I hope they don't change it. But if they do,
why do people have to fix what's not broken?
Please come and check out this show, because if this is the last time I'm going to perform in that room, I'm going to really fucking enjoy it, because it is an amazing, amazing room. There's rooms that are fucking great. Most of the times a great room happens by accident. I think this one is that old school room that was pre-planned and made it. It's a great room. Come check us out there, because it is a fucking awesome.
Why are they doing that? There's no reason.
I'm not saying they're going
because when they changed the Brea Improv, and not like Brea was in terms of Ontario, Brea and Irvine.
But it was, I like that old room.
I do too. And it felt like this new room took a little out of that.
You know, this last time we were there, it was fucking phenomenal. We had a great time. But if you, and you wouldn't have been able to fit that many people in that other room.
Right.
But damn, it's so tight. The laughs are so loud. The room is so fucking good. And like I said, not a bad seat in the house. And from the comics perspective, we can see everybody's face.
It's perfect.
And it's not because it's lit real bright. It's not lit bright at all. It's just that the way it's set up, everybody's close to you.
And I hope they never touch DC.
Man,
they do that. I'm gonna go into a state of depression.
DC's an independent. That's not part of
Improv.
It's Improv, but it's a franchise. So those guys, I don't think.
But management, if they wanted to, they could.
They could, but I don't see how they could change that room. And that room, honestly, one of the best rooms in the country, if not the best room. It has bad seats.
Right.
Yeah. I'm talking on Ontario for what it is. It is it's still old school.
It's like pussy rejuvenation. Do you really need to? Like, have you ever fucked a girl who got pussy rejuvenation, vaginal rejuvenation?
No.
Like, what are you doing? Unless your box has been destroyed, let that motherfucker be. You will always have customers.
I got to admit, I'm left and went something that was, still had rejuvenation in it.
Oh. Oh, boy.
I stayed with the rejuvenated, the originals.
There you go. This is coming to you from Potent Poetry.
Potent Poetry.
Potent Poetry. Hey, Aries, it's Poe. I'm an artist, writer, and creator. This is my parody about being a TP hustler during the pandemic. When it's done, this video is going to slap. They can find me at The Turn Up Team on SoundCloud and Instagram, at POTNTPOETRY 2020. Jason Flemings, Pro the Tissue Box. Enjoy.
Thanks for listening to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. If you'd like to know who's responsible for this shit, well, it was hosted by Aries Spears and Andy Steinberg, produced by Steve Merrick and Anthony Holmes, executive producer, Big Papa, Robert Kelly, and Matt Kleinschmidt for the Laugh Button podcast. For more information on where to find us on the internet, visit www.spearsbergpod.com.